that nails were not necessarily used in every crucifixion. A crucified victim might also be tied instead of being nailed.
Okay. Hengel does mention one account in antiquity where binding, tying to the cross is used, but only that it was used and as a practice in Egypt. So we really just don't have any historical kind of evidence whatsoever to show that binding was used by the Romans. Everything seems to point to nails, and so we have no reason to question that nails were used when it came to Jesus' crucifixion. And in fact, this is the uniform testimony.
I have a book here by John Rousseau and Rami Arav, a book entitled Jesus and His World, a cultural and an archaeological and cultural dictionary. And here it is asserted that, in fact, in crucifixions it were possible to also use binding instead of nailing. So nailing was not in every
I'm sorry, what references do they use in antiquity for that, rather than just making a statement?
Well, you can read the book yourself.
Well, no, this is this is an academic debate, not a lunchroom discussion. And
yes.
you can't just say, well, this author says this. You have to provide reasons for
yes.
it. And I'm providing reasons. I'm citing you sources. Now, if you like, I'd be happy to change.
I'll give you his references. In his bibliography, he has named here a long list. And rather than delay everyone with that, I'll show you the list. And if you would like, you can make a copy, and I can...
okay, where's the list of what?
Here is the bibliography, just dealing with the crucifixion.
Right, but you're responsible now to show me where it says that binding is used, not just the bibliography that I have to go through and read now.
No, I don't think this is necessary, because remember, you cited Martin Hengel,
right,
whose book I have and is sitting in my hotel room right now. Martin Hengel, you cited Martin Hengel. I did not question the integrity of the scholar. Martin Hengel is a known scholar. I respect him, and if he says that his sources lead him to this conclusion, I have no doubt in that. Here we have a couple of respectable scholars producing a respectable book with a long list just dealing with the few pages in which they have dealt with the crucifixion. So pages 74, 75, 76, 77, and a part of 78 deals with the crucifixion. Mm-hmm. And then his list of books almost fills the rest of that page. So I do not question the integrity of these scholars, and you cannot say that in the midst of a debate here, we should question the scholar who got the information from the other scholars. That would be, I think, a sticky point.
Okay. Well, at least I got Josephus, I've got Tacitus. Who can you provide as a counterexample where binding was used by the Romans?
What I'm providing is a book that has been written by a couple of reputable scholars. They're not Muslim scholars. John Rousseau, Rami Arav. It's a book with a respectable presentation. It's a scholarly academic text. It's billed as a dictionary, and in fact that's what it is. It's a listing alphabetically of information of a historical nature. They're not making things up, and they've listed their bibliography. If you doubt that, you want to take it up with these scholars, go right ahead. But you cannot here insist that that information is wrong without having proper proof yourself. You see, an expert witness by himself is a proof for a point. And if you want to refute that proof, you can bring other expert witnesses who say that it is not. So far, all you have mentioned is that Martin Hengel has found evidence that binding was used for crucifixions in another part of the world. But you're arguing from silence, because you have not a proof from Martin Hengel that binding was not used among the Romans. And here these scholars have offered information to show that binding was used. I don't think we have any reason to doubt the integrity of these scholars. Now, if I had said it from myself, then you can challenge me, okay, Shabir, bring me your proof. I brought you the proof here. Then you ask me for the proof for the proof.
What you have shown me is a single book, and you haven't given me a statement out of it which shows that the Romans used binding. Hengel in his book does provide 13 sources where the Romans used nails. Yes. And like I said, we can add Josephus to that. We can probably add Tacitus to it, because he says that Christians were affixed to crosses, the Latin term affixed, and then they were set ablaze on fire, and they wouldn't use binding or else the ropes would burn. So nails make more sense there. If we take Tacitus there, well, then that would be an additional source